spent last night in Westport, and I'm glad to say when I got up this morning the storm had passed. The winds have eased off considerably. It's not raining at the moment. In fact, it's got a nice clear blue sky. So a good start to the morning. I'm on my way to the Mayo photo point, which is the Titanic Memorial Park in Addergoole. There's the sign for it, Ireland's Titanic Village. You might well ask, why is there a memorial park to the Titanic in Addergoole in County Mayo, a small landlocked village in Ireland? Well, it's because there are 14 people from this locality who boarded the Titanic, and 11 of them died in the icy waters of Newfoundland. It has the distinction of being the largest local loss of life to any one area on the Titanic. So 14 of them boarded, and unfortunately only 3 survived. So here we are at the Titanic Memorial Park. That's a monument to the local priest. And this is the Titanic Park. So this is the Addergoole Titanic Memorial Park. These 4 statues represent some of the people who left to go on to the Titanic. Here's a bit of the survivors. Delia McDermott married John Lynch. They had 2 daughters and a son. She died in 1959, aged 78 years, and is buried in Holy Name Cemetery, New Jersey. Annie K. Kelly became a teacher and a Dominican nun, Sister Patrick Joseph. Visits were made home in the 1950s. She died in 1969, aged 77 years, and is buried in Adrian, Michigan. Annie McGowan married Ray Straub. They had 3 daughters. She died in 1990, aged 95 years, and is buried in All Saints Cemetery, Des Plaines, Illinois. I believe Delia McDermott only got onto the lifeboat because 2 of the other women wanted to stay with their husband and brother and got off the lifeboat, and she got on. They perished. The Addergoole 14 set out on the first stage of their journey to America on Wednesday the 10th of April 1912. They travelled by horse-drawn trap and sidecar to Castlebar railway station. They said their goodbyes and boarded the steam train due at 8:23 a.m. The 9-hour journey via Claremorris, Limerick and Cork to Queenstown, now Cove, was due in at 7:35 p.m. So they travelled from here, all the way down here, down to Cork to Queenstown, where they met the Titanic. These are the 2 women that had got off the lifeboat to be with one of their brothers and her husband, allowing Delia McCarthy to get on. And I should say, she was saved, but all the other 11 were lost. Time capsule. Emigration was a huge part of Irish history back then. because there's no life here for any of the younger people generally. Times are very hard and they all emigrated. These people left voting for a better life in the US, and it was common to have what were called American wakes, because once these people left, it was 99% certain that they wouldn't be able to afford to come back again and see their families, so they were considered by all means dead, that they wouldn't be seen again, even though they kept in contact by letter. But they rarely saw their families again, even if they survived. Harsh reality of Irish life. I just met one of the local historians who told me that the stones here at the bow of the Titanic come from the 18 counties of Ireland that are touching the sea, and they symbolise the return of immigrants. And those stone walls there that you can see are taken from the houses and walls of the 14 people who went on the Titanic. That is actually part of James Flynn's house, which is completely moved from where he lived to here, and that's the hearth where his fire would have been. Unfortunately, James perished, and that gable down there also is part of 4 of the houses of those who were aboard the Titanic. And up on the top of it there's a light that comes on every night for hope that immigrants will return home. They do eventually hope to get all 14 people in bronze statuettes or statues boarding the Titanic. So that's it from the Addergoole Titanic Memorial Park.